Absolutely. You guys know what time it is. It's that leadership call, 7 a.m. All right. Alive and alert. You guys are going to be able to hear from the leaders. And then we'll be able to open up the call for any questions, any concerns. Cedar, take it away.
Okay. Great morning, everyone. I just want to say that today's a great day. You know, I thank God that we woke up this morning, that we're all up, just like Quincy said, alive and alert, with pen and pad ready to take notes, because we have some leaders here that are going to drop some inklets. So I want to first give the ball over to Miss Charlene, who is in talent acquisition. You know, she rolls out the red carpet. She makes sure that you're welcomed when you come to the team. And she also would like everyone to make sure that they put in field. You know, she sends out a link comes out, put in field or out of field. So Miss Charlene, here we go.
Thank you, Ms. Cedar. Great morning, everyone. How's everyone today?
Fantastic. Thank you, John.
Cameras.
Doing great.
Let's
Doing
see
great.
cameras.
Doing great.
Yes. I like to see the people I'm speaking to. It's all about courtesy, y'all. All about courtesy. If you talking, I like to look at you. Or if I'm talking, I like you to look at me. You read a lot by looking at a person. Great morning, everyone. Of course, my name is Charlene. I'm talent acquisition here with Bridge the Gap Marketing. And this morning, my subject I want to speak on is growth in the company. We all want to grow. We all want to be more than just a salesperson in this company. We want to be leaders. We want to be motivators. We want to be top sellers. We want to be the best of whatever we can be. And the only way we can do that is through growth. Now you ask yourself, now really, what does growth mean? It works in a line with your personal development. You know, it's your personal and your professional development that it works in line with. Your growth goes both ways, because in order to be professionally grow, you have to personally grow. So, but why is it important in the workplace? It's because that's where you are able to reach your full potential. It also helps you become the best version of yourself as well. Even though, you know, we get out of school and we feel like we've grown at that point and that we can't be taught anything else, there's a lesson in life to be learned every day. There's a lesson just getting up out the bed, that maybe this morning I got up on this side and I didn't feel as good. Well, I get up tomorrow morning on the other side and see if I feel any better. But there's always a lesson every day that you open your eyes. Now, also, I like to say that there are areas of growth that we grow in. We grow mentally, socially, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. These are all things that we can take care of ourselves. This is part of taking care of yourself. Once you get that personal growth going for you, that's how personal growth begins, if you are able to handle those 5 things. Now, I'm not sure what all growth means to each one of you in this company, but you know, if you listen to what the dictionary said, the dictionary tells you that it's a stage or condition of increasing, developing, and maturing. And hopefully we all are doing all of those things. You know, you have to ask yourself. You need the self-knowledge, first of all, to get started. So you have to ask yourself a few questions. First of all, about your personality. Who are you? Then you want to look into what your interests are. What do you like? What do you dislike? Then you want to question yourself on your skills. What am I good at? What am I not good at? Challenge yourself. Put the questions out there to yourself and answer your own questions. Because until you can answer your questions for yourself, you're not going to be able to move forward with the process. And values. Always have that values of what's important to you. What do you feel is, what are you doing, the things that are taking you in the direction that you would like to go? And explore other options. If you don't know which way to do, explore. That's the second part of development. Explore other options. Gain you a mentor if you need. Grab you a book and read it. Get an audio and listen to it. Whatever it is that can put something on your mind and in your head and give you a new mindset toward what it is that you want to do, then challenge it. Go for it. Do what you can do. The third thing is be able to make decisions. The decisions sometimes can be hard. We all know every day we have to make decisions, or right, wrong, good, bad, yay, nay, whatever that decision is, it's a decision that you're gonna have to make. You're gonna have to be willing to stand by, and you're gonna have to know exactly why you have made that decision and be able to explain to the next person why that decision was made. So when you identify your decision, you gather all your information, you identify the alternatives to it, you determine the pros and cons of it, you choose among different alternatives of solving the problem, and then you take action. And once you take action, after you take action, review and evaluate what your decision was about. So, that's just giving you another chance to see if and feel good that, yes, I know I made the best choice. I know I made the best decision for all involved. So you always want to do that. And the last part of it, the action part. And the action part simply comes from the word smart. I went over that before. Probably most of you weren't here at the time, but smart. Be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based. Make sure your decisions and take those actions. Those are smart actions. Make sure you know what the specific goal is. Make sure that you can measure how Quincy always telling us, you can't measure success without the numbers. You have to measure success with numbers. You have to be able to look at your numbers. You got to see where you were to where you're going. That's where you're going to know how much harder do you need to work. It's never you're going to work less. It's going to be how much harder you're going to need to work. So always make sure that when you set those goals for that, be attainable. Make sure they're attainable. Don't set no crazy number out there knowing that you're not going to even be able to get to that focus. Make sure that you're doing something that it is attainable. And once you attain it, move on to the next thing and attain a little bit more knowledge. Just be realistic with it. And it's all time-based. So set deadlines on your goals. Don't put a goal out there and think that you should be working on that same goal 10 years down the road. You should have worked 10, 20 more goals on top of that in 10 years. So always make sure that you grow. You keep strong, you keep your growth, you keep your mindset in a strong atmosphere, and everything will work out just where you want it to be with a little effort and a little time. Thank you guys this morning. Any questions? Drop them in the chat.
Thank you so much, Ms. Charlene, for that. Personal growth and growing in the company. As you get personal growth, you grow in the company. That is amazing, Ms. Charlene. Thank you so much for that. She talked about vision. She talked about, values, explore, continue to do different things. So thank you so much for that, Ms. Charlene. And we're going to give it over to Mitharli now. Let's throw some fire in the chat for Ms. Charlene. And now we're going to throw it over to Mitharli. She is call center number 3. Mitharli, what do you have for us today?
Great morning, everyone. My name is Mitharli, call center extension 3. And this morning, my topic is on following up with your customers. Yes, so it's on following up with your customers before the sale and after the sale. And I said before the sale because on Saturdays and Sundays, we know on Saturdays, the credit verification center, it closes early. So you may have had a customer after 6, after the CVC is closed, and you have to call so that, the order can be released. But because it's closed, you can't get that order in. But that doesn't mean that the sale is over or you can't get that sale or you just let the customer walk away. You have to make sure that you save their information, that on Monday, you follow up with them, whether it's giving them a call or a text, but make sure you let them know that, yes, we can't process your order today because, tell them the reason why, like the CVC is closed, we would have needed to call them so that they can let your order go because, you had a previous balance with Verizon or you just have a deposit. And that's okay. We can still get them to release it if you are qualified for the ACP. So make sure that you let them know that so that they can, they know that you're gonna be following up on Monday. And if they can give you a time that's best for them, go ahead and reach back out to them on Monday. The same thing if it happens on a Sunday, the CVC is closed and you have a customer, you can't get that sale, but you can get it on Monday or whenever they're available throughout that week. So that's why you have to make sure that you follow up and you don't let CVC being closed let you down to the point where you just let that sale go. And you come back to work on Monday hoping to get new customers, which you will get new customers, but that could have still been a sale if you had follow up. And a great example of that is Richard. He sold yesterday. That was actually a customer he had on Sunday. And he couldn't get that sale because we had to call CVC for her. So he made sure that he wrote down that customer's information, and that was his sale yesterday. And the same thing that I just told you is exactly what he did. He made sure he let her know, we can't do it right now, but we can do it on Monday. And my last sale yesterday, it was the same thing. She was a customer on Sunday and I got her on Monday. So these are still customers that you can get. And so now let's talk about following up after you've, completed the order with the customer. And I know sometimes it can be like too busy. You might have a lot of customers you're speaking to, or that customer might be in a rush. You might not have enough time to send them that long paragraph that we all know about. But still make sure that whether you copy that message, like you copy and paste it and you just hurry up and do that. But if you can't do that, still make sure that you send them a little text saying, hey, this is Mitharli, your sales agent, or just send them something to make sure that your number is locked in on their phone and theirs is on yours. Make sure you tell them, this is my number. I will be sending you a text, following up with you, telling you exactly what you're gonna do after you're installed. So make sure that you keep the customer's information, at least send them a text so you don't forget, and then after your shift is over, or make sure when you get back home or before they get installed that you send them that message telling them what to do, even though you told them that face to face. Still have to put it in a text message or give them a call before they get installed. So another way where you can follow up with them, that's after they're installed, is to, of course, you can choose to give them a call, or if you're waiting for them to give you a call, or maybe they texted you saying they applied their ACP, you still have to follow up on your own by checking to see if they really applied that ACP, right? Because some customers, they'll tell you, yeah, and they probably didn't do it right, because they're not gonna know whether they're doing it right or not. We know if they're doing it right. If you've done ACP with your customers face to face, they're supposed to be sent a text message or another email. They have to review the order with them again over the phone. So if that didn't, that mean it wasn't applied. And I'm gonna show you guys a way where you can follow up with that to see if their ACP was actually applied or not. Can you guys see my tablet?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
now what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
Great. So I have a customer in New York. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna search his order number. So that's why you have to make sure you save all of your sales pictures, like the order numbers and everything. And even if you don't save it, you can still go back in the chat. Go back in the chat. When you see the date at the top of the Bridge the Gap chat, you click on that, a calendar is gonna pull up. So as long as you remember when you did that sale, you can click on that calendar and then you put in the date, and you're gonna see all the sales throughout that day. You will see your sale if you send the picture in the chat. You can look at, the order number from there if you didn't save it. So I'm gonna go to search account. Please let me know at any point if you cannot see my screen or if you don't understand anything. I will go over it with you guys. So make sure you go to search. This is search right here. And if you know the customer's name, you can still put the name there, but the most important thing is the order number. I'm still gonna put their name and the order number. So contact name, I'll put the customer's name. All right, once you're done putting in the name, you can put in their order number right here, where it says telephone account, email, and order numbers. All right. And once you're done, you press next. And it's loading right now. All right, so once it loads, it gets to the screen, you can just click anything here, like a driver's license or whatever. And then you certify that everything is correct. And then you go to verify. Now it's gonna ask you to safeguard the account. And when it asks you to do that, you see where it says master service date? I usually put that, and that's the date when the customer got installed or the day they were supposed to get installed. So that's the master service date right here. That's what I like to put. And then I'll just go ahead and put the date when the customer got installed, and you will have that date on your picture of your order, your confirmation. So I'm gonna put the date right now. All right, I make sure everything's good. Then I'm gonna go ahead and press next. Or verify, actually, verify at the bottom. In here, whenever that pops up, all you have to do is press the red button, press yes. And it's loading. All right, so now your customer's account, which now they're already an existing customer, so their account is going to pull up at that moment. You're gonna see their phone number, their names, their address, and it's showing you their existing services, which is 300 over 300 right here. Can you guys see the 300 over 300 at the top?
Yes.
Okay, so when it shows you that, and it also shows you discounts ending, so whatever discounts that they had, it's gonna show it to you up there too. So I will click on the 300 over 300, where I have the 300 over 300 at the top. I click there, and you're looking for this page here, where it's gonna let you know all the discounts they have, or all of the deals that they have that they may have gotten with Verizon, whether it was the $50 Grubhub or the sound bar, whatever discounts. If it's a Walmart Plus, whatever it is that they have, it's gonna be here, and it's gonna show you whether they applied the ACP or not. So. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys where it shows whether the ACP was applied. Okay. Do you see here where it shows you Verizon Forward, the Fios Forward discount up to $30, and it shows you they take off $30 right here. And it shows you the ACP discount, $30. It shows you the $30 right here, and it shows you when the customer actually applied their ACP. So 30 plus 30, that's already 60, $60 discounts right there. And we know that's our 300 for 300. So from that point on, your customer is not supposed to be paying that $60 for the 300 or 300. And if they have a gig, that's gonna take off the $60. So now they have to pay that $49.99, right? If it's a 500, they're gonna pay that $29. So make sure that you see it right here, that it shows you the amount that is being taken out from each of those discounts right here. So $30 each. And once I see it here, now I believe my customer if they told me, yes, I called and applied it. So you always have to make sure you double check yourself and it's very simple. You just have to know your order number, the date when they got installed, and you pull up their information from your tablet. And here you have it, if they applied their ACP or not, or whatever other discounts they have, you're gonna see it up there. So if they get a bill or anything, you have proof that they applied it and you can sort it out, okay? And you can even send this to your customer to show them proof, like, okay, I see it, you've applied it, and you're good to go. So if you guys have any questions on how I got here, let me know.
Thank you so much, Starly. That was very informative, just like Jerissa said. Yes, that was truly, truly amazing. We needed to hear that. Wow, that was a lot of information. Following up with your customer, making sure that they've applied their discount, going in and seeing where it is. And just like Mitharli said, if you have any questions for her and how she got there, you know, you can ask her questions. So you can drop it in the chat. Great job, Mitharli. We're going to now throw the ball over to Dudley. Dudley is call center number 1. Dudley, what do you have for us today?
So, hello guys, what's up guys? Good morning. My name is Dudley Francois. I'm a call center admin and I'm in charge of the ADP. So today, I want to talk about 4 ways to overcome challenges in life. All right. So the number 1 is actually make a plan, right? Look at the patterns in your life and see what challenges you've struggled with. All right. If it's time management, then you can learn and plan for a calendar or create a daily planner. That's the first one for you to make a plan. All right. So the second thing is, okay, no, you're not alone. You gotta know, okay, everyone has their low points and, you know, everybody go to the, you know, to certain things. They have to go through it. All right. So that's the number 2. You gotta know you're not alone. First one, make a plan. Second one, know you're not alone. All right. 3, it says ask for help. You know, one thing I like when Quincy said is he be saying, hold on. You want to be a boss? You gotta be with a boss. All right. So it could be a relationship. It could be friends, like, you know, people that actually do want to be better than you. All right. So the third one is actually ask for help. So, right, let's say, okay, hey, you know, you may like certain things, you might face certain challenges. You know, sometimes I'll be going through certain things, but I know, okay, Quincy or somebody else, like, or could be like one of my friends that's doing better than me. I'm actually, you know, asking for some help. I'm like, yo, bro, you know, I'm going through this challenge right now. Okay, hey, how did you deal with it? You know what I'm saying? How, you know, how did you do that and stuff like that? So that's the number 3, right? Ask for help. I like this quote. Make sure you save it. If you want to be a boss, you gotta be with a boss. It's not just talking about relationship, anything that you want to learn. All right. So the 4th thing is actually positive mindset. All right. So tomorrow is gonna make me 1 week that I've been taking cold showers. All right. Shout out to Tali, by the way. She actually challenged me to take cold showers. So taking a cold shower every morning, it's actually like, you know, it's a challenge to me, right? It's very difficult to take a cold shower, not hot, very, very, very cold. I try to fight it every single morning. So after this, I know I'm gonna have to take a cold shower and I'm gonna be like, damn, so I'll be like, this is, you know what I'm saying? But I have to, you know, I have to go through it, right? Just to actually challenge myself. The moment I say, hey, I'm gonna take a hot water, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna feel like, okay, hey, you know, I want to get comfortable. No, I want the challenges. All right. So for the positive mindset, is okay, hey, after this, I know that, okay, you gotta know that, hey, while you're going through certain things, while I'm taking that cold shower, I know that after this, it's gonna get better. Right? I'm gonna be good. I just gotta, you know, go through this right now, and after that, I'm gonna be better. So yeah, so and challenges make you stronger. So these are the 4 steps, you know, 4 ways to overcome challenges in life. First one, make a plan. Second one, know you're not alone. Third, ask for help. 4th, positive mindset. I know it's gonna be okay. So this is the 4 steps that I have today.
Thank you.
All right. I like that challenge.
Great job, Dudley. So you started those cold showers, huh? Wow.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. So overcoming challenges. Thank you. That was amazing. Appreciate it. Anybody have any questions for Dudley? Let's throw some fire in the chat also for Dudley. Thank you so much for that, Dudley. And now we're going to throw the ball over to Laquita. Laquita is call center number 2. Laquita, what do we have today?
Grand Rising gang. So today I want to talk about being able to call when we call into CVC. So when you guys call into call center and we get deposits and we have to call into CVC, now the procedure will be you guys are going to be calling. So we're going to be on the phone still with you guys. We're going to talk you through it before we transfer you over. And we're going to tell you like, hey, when you call into CVC, they're going to ask for your name. They're going to ask for your user ID. And you're also going to let them know as soon, like after you let them know your VZ ID, which is also known as your SSO ID, you're going to let them know that this is an ACP account. When you don't let them know that it's an ACP account, they start talking about, oh, the customer has a deposit, or they have to wait 7 days to hear any response. There's a whole lot of runarounds when you don't let them know that it's an ACP account. So sometimes I can't get back on the phone with you guys and be like, hey, you guys got to tell them that it's an ACP. So I have to hang up and be like, okay, we're gonna call back and let you know like, hey, this is it. Let them know that it's an ACP account. And that's kind of like not good. So it's not kind of not good, it's not good at all. So we have to make sure that we're doing everything the right way. So today, let's take time out to, if you have any questions about calling into CVC, ask them please, so that we can have them addressed, so that we can make sure that this process moves accordingly. When it comes down to calling into CVC, we can't have too much noise. We can't hear multiple people on the phone. The only people that we need on the phone is the customer and the representative. Once they say the order is released, on our end, we will check to make sure that the order is released. If not, you will receive a text from us letting you know like, hey, the order's not released. Give them the ACP and ask them to release it of the deposit as well. So when they release it of the deposit, we move forward. We can be able to move forward and get the installation date. That's when we let you know like, hey, we're good. And say, hey, have a nice day, something like that. Build a relationship with the people that you're dealing with in CVC as the representative as well. So that's really all I have today. If you have any questions, again, please ask them now so that we can have them addressed. And thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Laquita. How to call into CVC, that is very important. Keep a controlled environment while you are calling in. Try to move away, step away. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. And we're gonna now throw the ball over to Talia. Talia is our general manager in PA. Talia, what do you have for us today? Okay, so we're gonna give Leah some time. We're gonna throw the ball over to Crystal. Crystal is the manager in VA. Crystal, let's get it. What do you have for us today?
Good morning. What I did have was what Mathali talked about, was about the ACP. So I had to come up with something really quick. And one of the things I wanted to talk about was when your customer call and tell you that the technician haven't arrived. So when you get that, I learned that you have to call into Verizon with the order number and, try to figure out like why the customer haven't arrived. And sometimes when I'm doing an order, I know as soon as you do an order, Verizon send a text message for the customer to confirm why. And I always try to let them know to do it while I'm right there so I know it's done, because a lot of times the customer would say that they didn't get a text message or they didn't get an email, but I be sitting right there when they do get it. So, I always let them know, okay, you get ready to get a text message from Verizon, so click Y and send it. So that, that confirmed that, that's their order. So once that they call in and confirm that, okay, the order have been canceled, you can let your customer know that you can place their order again, because if the agent on the phone placed the order, you're not going to get paid for it because it's going to be their sale. So you're thinking that you're getting paid for Jane Doe because you called Jane Doe and you asked Jane Doe, hey, have you got installed? And she said, yes, I got installed, but it wasn't your install because what you installed was canceled out. and she called into Verizon and they placed the order over again. So now she don't have the same order number that you gave her. She have a totally different order number, but it's not your order number, so it's not your sale. So sometimes you gotta, you know, like Mathali said, you gotta check back on your customer and call back on your customer. So I just have a technique that I do, that I call back all my customers on installation day to make sure that they do everything that they are supposed to be doing. I make sure they have their order number. Everybody got a link that I know I sent it out to everybody in my team, that you send them, you tell them that, okay, I'm your sales agent. This is your ACP number. This is your installation date. This is your order number. So they can't say that they don't have none of this stuff, because they actually have it. Because, you know, you got a lot of customers say, oh, I don't have that text message. I never got it. So I send it before I leave. That way I say, check your messages, see if you got it. They check it, they got it. So I know then they have everything: ACP, installation date, and order number. So they can call in and check on their own order. On the day of order, I'll call and say, you know, your technician, you know, arrived today at 8 to 9 or 9 to 11 or whatever. Sometimes they might get impatient and say it's 8 o'clock or 8:15. My tech haven't arrived yet. So I let them know that between 8 and 9, your tech will be there. If they're not there at 9, then you call Verizon, give them your order number, and, you know, hey, you know, is my tech running late? What happened? Because sometimes they will send an email again, and if you don't confirm it, they cancel it out. Sometimes not always a text message. It's an email that they send out, and if you don't reply, they cancel the order. Or sometimes they might text you and say, okay, your date might be the 12th of February, but they got to open it for the 9th. So they send you a text message and say, you know, that they're coming sooner than what they're coming. So sometimes you got to stay on top of your customers, because I have noticed that your customer going to say Verizon is always at fault. It's never them. It's always Verizon. So you got to kind of like, you know, take that and, you know, help them along the way. Because the thing is, when you get paid for the order for installation, you want to stay paid, because if for any reason they cancel out or anything within 60 days, you have to reimburse that money back. So you want to make sure that you stay paid and also stay on top of the ACP. Once the order is in, call them, do the ACP. They might say, oh, I did it. And I can ask a question like, well, what did they do? Because I know ACP sent a text message out, a 4-digit code. They don't tell you that. So you didn't get a 4-digit code? No, I didn't get a 4-digit code, but you know they didn't really do the ACP. So you got to really stay on top of them with the ACP, because you still want to get paid. Just because you're paid don't mean you really got paid, because you can pay that money back. So that's what I wanted to talk about.
Thank you so much. Let's throw some fire in the chat for Crystal. Thank you so much for that, Crystal. That's very
Good job.
important.
Thank you. I have Sita, I have a question for Crystal. Crystal, can you talk a little bit on how you manage your self-installed customer? Your presentation was very interesting.
Say that, you was breaking up. Say it one more time, please.
Sure. Can you speak a little bit on how you manage your self-installed customers? Self-installation.
It's crazy that you asked that, because I had one. So my self-install actually went to the other day to go to Verizon to pick up the box. When he went to go pick up the box, it wasn't going through. The order number wasn't going through. So I had to call Verizon, and the tech says something that the other tech at Verizon didn't know. The tech at Verizon said that she was just a drop up and pick off. So what she stated was a fall off order. She didn't know what she meant by that. So when once the person that go get their box, that's when they are actually installed. Once Verizon hand them over the box and they put the numbers in, that's their install. So it's like that's when you will get paid. They have to actually get the box from Verizon, and they have to, you know, put the numbers in that this box is going out. Pretty much like if a tech came in and set me up, And after he finished me, he go on his computer and do what he do. So I'm installed. So once he get his box, he's installed. Yes, ma'am, Jerisa. The box, they have to activate the box from inside the store. So once you leave the store, your box is actually activated.
Thank you, Crystal.
No problem.
Yeah, Crystal, good morning. It's Mike.
Morning.
Thank you, guys. Quick question. It doesn't sound, I mean, I haven't personally done a lot of self-installs because of way back in the day. It seemed like if there was a customer trying to do the install and they just got frustrated, and that process does happen. And then my question is, do we know for sure if a customer chooses that self-install and just, hey, 70 years old, confident, next thing you know, oh my gosh, I can't do this. If we have to have that technician come out to do the install, is it still going to be a situation of a waived installation, or will that fall back then on them? Just a curious question. It's like I said, I'm pretty much process all of them with technician, but just in case I fall back on these again, we're self-installed,
I have had a problem with that, with them having to pay for installation. The fee was still waived. But a lot of times when I do see it say self-install, I really look at the person itself. If it's an older person, of course, I'm going to change it to technician needed. They're going to ask, are you overriding this, the self-install? And I put yes. They ask you why. And I put disability because they are older, they are seniors. So I know sometimes they can't do it. But if it's somebody, like I had a guy, he was like 28, and his daughter was in school, but she was homeschooling. They just moved there, and it was a self-install the very next day. But for him to get a technician, it was like the next week. So he said that, he would pretty much do it himself. So he went and picked up the box and he did it himself. He called me back and let me know that he installed the box himself, and I got paid for it, and everything was waived on his bill. And there's one thing that I always let the customers know. They call a lot and say that I got a bill. So I let them know that, yeah, you're going to get a bill every month. It's going to say $59.99 every month, no question. When you're paying for it, if you get a bill one month and it say $59.99 and you didn't pay it, and you get another bill the next month that say $59.99, then that they installed their ACP, because if you didn't pay a bill in 2 months, it double up. So that would be $118. So I tell them, flip the bill over, look at it, because it will say Affordable Connectivity Program, subtract $30. Verizon Fios Forward, subtract $29.99, which make your bill free. It'll say the Verizon router, subtract $18. Installation fee waived, and subtract $99. So everything is on the back of that bill if they ever want to know what was their discounts.
Thanks. Thank you.
No problem. Somebody asked a question, but I couldn't read it. It just left so fast.
I just wanted to say, Crystal, great presentation, outstanding. They can also, customer, if they want to look at a copy of their bill, they can go into the My Verizon app and they can put in their login, phone number, and password, and look at their bills and what they're being charged or discounted or whatever, right?
Correct. And a lot of older people, they're not savvy with the internet, and some of them have flip phones and stuff like that. So a lot of older people, they rather have the paper bill versus going on the internet, because they really not that savvy with it. They rather look at their bill. They rather get their bill in the mail so they can have it and get right to it. So a lot of times they don't download the app. I would like for everybody to download the app, but I also know that sometimes it's stressful on older people.
100% correct. Thank you, Crystal.
No problem.
Anyone else have a question? Okay. All right, so we're going to move on. Thank you so much for that, Crystal. Very informative. Thank you for the questions.
No problem.
And don't be shy to ask questions, guys. This is where we answer, so don't be shy. So Orlando, is there anything that you have for us this morning? Orlando is our manager in New Jersey. Is there anything that you have for us this morning?
You're on mute, Orlando.
Thank you for asking me. I'll have something next week. I don't have anything this morning.
Okay, no problem at all.
Or I should say I'll start having something next week. Thank you.
No problem at all. So we have Wallace. Wallace is our the general manager over Walmart's in VA. So do you have anything for us this morning, Wallace?
I always got some. Good morning, everybody.
Great morning.
I just want to say, look, motivation and dedication is always a great tool. Like, when I first met Darley and Dudley, I called we have fun at work, so I called Darley Thugly and Dudley Busy Signal, and now I got a new name, Quita Fresh. So I kind of make up names so we can all have fun. Because I like having fun. I like being excited. I love being motivated because that makes the day go by faster, and it makes your day so much better when you're having fun. Now, like when Dudley and Busy Signal and Thugly come in, we like, hey, what's up? They like, hey, Tiger, what's going on? And your day is already ready to attack. So motivation is a great key. Like, find something to be motivated about. Like, I'm just open with a lot of things, but a lot of things I'm not open with. Like, my mom is in the hospital, so I'm motivated to do better for her. She's coming out Thursday, you guys, tomorrow. So I'm very excited about that. That's definitely motivation. Yeah. So Quincy yesterday found my kind of secret magic a little bit. I ride around with a tiger, literally a tiger in the passenger seat. And he was like, yo, you gotta be kidding me. And I was like, yeah, my man, we got 2 sales today. We got it today. All of us sold a sale today. Let's go, tiger. And I'm like patting the tiger on the side of my car, and they laughing, and we're all laughing and having fun. But it's the fact that we're having fun within selling. We're not like, oh, we didn't get, and all of us sold yesterday. So find your inner motivation. Like, I'm like this on 10 the minute I wake up. Like, I'm on 10. Like, the minute you see me, you're going to be like, dang, this cat, what did he have? And I don't have nothing. I don't have coffee. I don't have nothing. I'm just naturally finding something to be wild, funny, come to work, making up nicknames, things like that. If you're around me, I'm definitely going to give you a nickname. I'm going to find one, and I'm going to stick to it. It's going to fit your character or whatever it is, and we're going to have fun, and we're going to get, next thing you know, we getting this money. Right. Quincy showing the tiger, me with the tiger. Look, he right in the car. Look, he right there next to me in the car, the tiger. So I find some way of being excited about, because if you love what you do, you're going to be motivated. And, I've hung around Richard and Kevin more than anybody, and they tell you, they be like, they eyes light up, and they like, yo, wow, like, yo, Tiger, da-da, and I wear the Tiger hat. Yep, it's the whole personality. And they like, yo, what's up, Tiger? They forget I even have a real name sometimes. They be like, they don't even say Wallace a lot of times, but I find something to definitely be excited about, because you wake up, you got a job, you can change the day, you can change your attitude, you can change a lot of things in your life. So it's motivation. It ain't just come from the Marine Corps, because I'm a Marine war vet, but it's something to find to motivate you on a daily basis, to know that you can do better and you can do things in life that's great and game changing every day. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you so much for that, Wallace. Staying motivated. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. The tiger.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, absolutely. So let's throw some fire in the chat for Wallace. Thank you so much for that.
Good job. Good job.
And is Kev online? Mm. Okay, so that leaves me, and I'm going to be speaking on staying disciplined and the importance of staying disciplined. So what does discipline do? It keeps us grounded, right? What is discipline? It is a practice. So discipline refers to a set of rules that, we set, for ourselves, right? And we follow them in any task and anything that we do. So discipline, it's a work in progress. And we start little by little and we continue to do it. We continue to progress, discipline ourselves, not saying that discipline is easy, but it's something that, is very, very necessary. Just start little by little every day. So I have 3 steps to what I believe that discipline is. It's being honest with yourself and being honest with others. And that helps to discipline you. Because as we, are honest with ourselves, we know what we can and cannot do, right? We know what we should and should not do, and it helps us to treat people better. It helps us to be disciplined in that, and having a relationship with someone, right? Whether it's a relationship, with your husband, with your wife, with your sister, with your brother, our relationship, it's us being honest with each other, right? And everything, not being scared to be honest, but being honest, because it's the best way. It's the best policy, is to be honest, right? Discipline is hard work. I believe that discipline is hard work. Staying disciplined, even if you don't feel like it, like, this is heard all the time, Quincy says it, right? Staying consistent, even though you're not motivated, right? You don't feel motivated, right, to do it, but you stay consistent and keep doing it, right? And at that point, you get to that destination that you would like to be. So hard work is discipline, right? And then the third one is motivation. Motivation, staying in having a great attitude, staying positive, right? Wallace said that motivation. Yes, we have to stay motivated. Even when we don't feel like staying motivated or being motivated, we have to, consistency and motivation are hand in hand. Stay consistent, keep doing it. And as far as sales, I know you guys heard me say this before, but if you say that your goal is to make 5 sales and remain tier 3 every single day, then, stay out there. Even if the time is like, oh man, it's another hour left. Oh, well, it's another hour left. Stay out there. That last sale will come. And guess what? You accomplish it because you stayed disciplined. So that's all I have is discipline. It is a work in progress. Start little by little. It keeps us grounded. It is a practice. Honesty, hard work, and motivation gets us to discipline. And that's all I have for you guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know, or anyone else. Do you guys have any questions? The floor is opened up to any questions that you guys might have for any one of us.
Thank you, Rosita. Great presentation.
Thank you, Orlando. So nobody has any questions at all. Don't hold your
Just
tongue.
learning how to be
Don't be shy.
quiet, Nasita.
Yes,
Oh, no.
Marilyn.
I said I'm learning how to be quiet and just taking off all the information.
Do you have a question, Marilyn?
No, I'm just listening to information.
Okay. I heard somebody else. Somebody had a question.
Oh no, I didn't have a question, man. I was just saying I put in the chat why I call of them each by their little nicknames that I gave them so far.
Oh.
So
Okay.
Can I have a question?
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Joseph?
Yes. So my question is for Mitali. Now, I know how to check if the ACT was applied like she showed us, but I don't know So, Mitali, what do you do when the account is already safeguarded? Have you had that situation yet?
I can't hear you. Wow.
Did you hear that?
I hear you. What do you mean when it's safeguarded? Like when it's already safeguarded?
Well, when you try to see the ACP replied and like you showed us, but when I have the situation where the account is already safeguarded by the customer, I'm not able to access the account to check that.
So when you put in the order number and then it's asking you to safeguard the account, or when you put in the order number, it's already safeguarded? One
Yeah,
or two?
so yeah, when I put the order number and the name, it says that this account has already been safeguarded, and they ask me for the driver license of the customer, some personal stuff that I don't have. And I was wondering if you know how to go to the station, or you haven't had that station, that issue yet.
When it's asking you for an ID, a passport or license?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did ask me that. So when it asked me that, what I did, I just choose any one of the IDs and then at the bottom check that yes, whatever ID they provided, it's identified. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I check that box and then it's still gonna ask for you to safeguard the account if it wasn't safeguarded. That's when I choose the master order number date. So that's the date the customer was supposed to get installed.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. All right, I hope I answered your question. Any more questions?
No more questions?
Team, it sounds like silence is golden. Thank you guys for joining this 7 a.m. call. Hopefully you guys have learned something that you can take with you that's honestly going to make you better today. With that being said, we'll see you guys next week, alive and alert. Later.
Later.